There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, after a small hiatus, welcome back to Bryant Falls, where things are just starting to get weird in a new situation. An evening at Big Vista Manor turned out kind of pear-shaped.
I thought everyone
As we... Well, let's see. Let me see if I can recap, he says, going to the document with his notes. Let's see. What started off as an odd little dinner for new Bryant Falls visitor Raymond Starr turned into a scene of, well, a waiter getting burned as a flambe dessert went horribly awry, or did it? Actually, come to think of it, Kamaria first went to Big Vista Manor because she'd seen it in a painting she burned.
Yes.
That'll probably be a sellable work of art, too, because it looks nice. It's recognizable as Big Vista Manor.
Bonus. Hey, you can probably sell it to them. Fancy places love to have, like, paintings of themselves. They probably got the cash for it, too. You should sell it now before anything tragic happens, and either they are unwilling or unable to purchase something like that. Say, like, it burns down, or there's murders or something.
Let's see, we had a few names pop up. I think the most notable among them was Michael Lawrence, a guy in a suit that really didn't belong on him in a place that he didn't belong in.
Yep.
He sort of left Big Vista Manor about the time the restaurant closed officially. Circled around, came back, might have gone in the side entrance, and while he was doing that, Roy McNamara went further to establish his cred for responsibility of being principal of Bryant Falls High by drunkenly making a scene at the front desk.
Yes.
At which point Lucy pulled the fire alarm, and let's see, the fire department was called. Michael Lawrence was spotted heading back to his truck in a hurry. Let's see, the fire department came, everyone was evacuated, and then the police were called. Nobody's sure why. And yeah, for the time being, at least, Roy has been taken away.
Yep.
That's why I was okay running the session this week, because he is at South by Southwest. It is okay. I don't know exactly where he is, but he's having fun elsewhere.
He's at a work conference.
Okay, that sounds. I'm not going to say better.
I'm going to pretend that I heard Warcraft conference. Because I don't know what the other thing was.
Work conference?
No, Warcraft. That's probably
funny.
More fun.
Yeah, I didn't think Andreas looked Korean. Yeah.
There's plenty of people all over the world who enjoy the game.
I play it.
But who treat it as work?
Some people in the United States.
Yeah.
A few.
They have an annual convention.
Anyway, enough being racist. Let's see.
Eh,
Where were we? Let's see. Yeah. Raymond Starr is going to be going around the various people who came out of the inn asking questions.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so Lucy is at Big Vista, sort of on the periphery. Koya is there, sort of huddled with the guests.
I am. So,
Casey was being not involved with drunken shenanigans instead of considering leaving. Probably on the precipice of that action unless something immediately noteworthy happens. No pressure.
Okay, so drunken disorderly at the front desk, fire alarm pulled, fire department called, police called, and you're looking for something noteworthy. Okay.
What I am a player am saying is, unless something happens where Casey would want to remain to see how events unfold, and not be questioned by the police. Or
Well, if you're going to throw in that kind of proviso, yeah. Okay. There we go. Deputy Priciest asking a few people questions. He comes around to you, Ray, and asks, excuse me, sir, had you noticed anything unusual tonight?
And then he stops.
Coy?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot here.
Have I noticed anything unusual?
Well, fortunately, it's kind of a mild night for a fire alarm to be pulled at the fancy hotel and restaurant you decided to stay at. Nothing unusual in that regard. You remember what happened in the session 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
And the deputy is now asking, have you seen anything unusual this evening?
Lie.
Not at all.
Why do you ask?
No, I was busy focusing on research for a book. What's going on?
Well, there's been some trouble here this evening. Let's see. What would the relevant skill be here? Oh. Just noticing nobody in the group currently has cop talk.
Uh-oh.
Why would we need that?
Why indeed?
Oh, the only person who had that was Mr.
Yeah, the only person that had that is currently working on Sundays.
yeah.
It was a terrible decision.
Yeah, we'll be having an investigation ongoing. Certain things happened this evening that we need to investigate. I will ask that you not leave the area immediately. Stick around until we get a few more of these. Until we get a few of these questions answered. So he is being evasive, suggesting that something very bad happened and he doesn't want to talk about it. Beyond that, you don't know much. Let's see, we also have Lucy there. Shu, is Lucy doing anything special? You saw someone get away. Several people have notice.
Not me. So what's the fun in that?
Indeed.
I like everything to be a surprise.
Notice is good.
Notice is good. Tell you what, I'll let Kamaria notice
Yay.
without even spending a point
Ooh, generous.
that a few people are not out here with the rest of the guests.
Oh, wow.
Now, how many of the people do you remember from the restaurant scene before?
Remember the guy that stood out? I remember you talking about a man and a woman. I remember the people that were arguing, which I think was, wasn't the guy that we talked to last time, Michael? Was that his name? I'm so bad with names.
Yeah, Michael.
Was he part of that?
Michael Lawrence was the guy in the ill-fitting suit off to the side that the guy in the good suit looked to when the casual guy walked away from the argument.
And then I remember
The casual guy is not here.
interesting.
Now the guy in the good suit isn't here either. Nor is the couple. Nor is the waiter.
Oh, wow.
Not the waiter that I accidentally set on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh no.
How about that waiter's supervisor?
She is out there giving statements along with the rest of them and giving everyone reassurances.
Are we fast forwarding through the murder mystery where instead of like one body, we start out with like 5? So we don't have too many suspects to worry about?
That would be an interesting way to do it. You know, get all of your atrocities out of the way in one day. No, I'm not doing it that way.
Well, that's a lot of people missing.
That's a fair number of people missing, yeah.
I bet they're a shadowy cabal. They're having like a meeting in the boiler room.
Crusty jugglers.
What?
Yeah.
Is that a reference to something?
Yes. You've never seen the movie Hot Fuzz, have you?
I have. I saw it for the first time ever with Shu like a year ago, and I guess I must have missed that part. All right, it doesn't stick with me.
The greater good?
Yeah, that was kind of there was a thing going on.
Crusty Jugglers was in that section.
Oh.
Anyway.
Mm.
The whole Cornetto trilogy. Get it. Watch it. Love it. Anyway, back to this atrocity. Yeah, you got a whole bunch of people missing. And Michael Lawrence did earlier fly the coop.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do about that?
That is a good question.
You could give a false statement to the police that you saw the suspicious guy and have them track him down.
Which suspicious guy?
The
Oh, welcome back, Clay. Coy.
the farmer guy
Thank you.
with a suit that don't fit.
Um. Hmm. Let's see. I will. I think I will go up to one of the uh well, I don't know that they're gonna give me any information. But
Never know
I'll
until
go
you try.
yeah, I'll go up to one of the cops who doesn't seem quite as busy
Mm-hmm.
and worried voice that I noticed quite a few people missing. Is everything okay? Are they okay?
Quite a few people missing, you say?
Yes.
Could you run down the list for me? He pulls out a notebook.
I mentioned the waiter. I mentioned the couple. The
Okay, and he starts going down names. Let's see. John Lopez, got him. And he is missing. We'll have to talk to his boss about this. Let's see. Then, a couple, you say?
yeah.
He doesn't write any names in his book at that point, but he does make 2 check marks.
Okay. And then
Should sneak a peek at it. See what he's writing down.
I take it I can't see his notebook.
How would you be trying to sneak a get look at it? Because he is going to try to be a little circumspect about this.
Of course.
Does he have sweet reflective sunglasses?
Not at night, no.
It's too bad.
Let's see. Are there any sort of reflective surfaces on the hotel area? Like on the outside windows that are darker?
There are a fair number, but he is not in a position where you can get that reflection.
Okay.
I like the idea of you saying, "Can we stand over here next to this window?"
I'm not that obvious. Jeez.
Could you stand over here? I like the way the light bounces off that reflective surface next to you. Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Yes. Lets me see things easier.
Then in that case, let me see. Then I want to try to, like, since I'm already doing the whole, like, worried voice, and to be honest, I am kind of worried about the waiter because I feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
I already caught him on fire. Like, I don't want anything else to have happened to him. And kind of, like get myself close to the cop as if I'm kind of, like, almost like, trying to think of how to describe it. Like up against his, like, shoulder, like, oh my gosh, I need support.
Meanwhile, craning your neck like this.
I'm not that obvious.
But obvious is
You
funny.
hope you're not that obvious. Yeah. Let's see. I'll give you a filch roll. Target is 4.
Oh, fun.
Uh-oh. You don't have any filch.
No, I do not.
Oh, okay, never mind. You wouldn't be the one to do this then. Let's see.
Probably not. Although, if anybody else is standing around, I might, like, look at them and be like, try to give them, like, eyes, like, come on, help me.
Yeah. Throw me a frickin' bone here.
Casey could be available for that, but I'm not sure how well that nonverbal communication would work out.
Yes.
You're like, what do you want?
You may have to resort to verbal notifications like, "My, what a big notebook you have there, officer. It must be full of interesting things." Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Let's draw attention to the thing we want to take.
Yeah. You don't need to take it. You just need to get some information off of it. Trip, slap some silly putty on it. Read it in a mirror.
Well, you could maybe you could try some misdirection. Get him to look. Get your camera phone ready. Get him to look in a different direction, and then just go real quick. Excuse me. Let me set up my phone here to take a picture. No reason.
Yeah. Take a selfie and get the notebook in the shot.
A selfie with the cop. Seems like a bad idea.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, how are we all positioned? Is somebody behind the cop where they can sneak in and
Well, you tell me, is someone getting into position? Because I notice Ray has a few points of filch. So does Lucy.
In fact, Kamaria and Jonathan Blake are the only people. Well, okay.
Without
And
it.
Roy doesn't have filch either.
I was looking at the wrong line. It turns out that a lot of people have it. I was thinking of driving for some reason.
Sure, we'll give it a try.
Anyway. Okay, your target number is 4. How many points of filch are you willing to spend at this time to add to that roll? Given it may be a while before you get them back.
Just one.
Okay, so just 1 point. You need a 3 or better on 1d6.
Okay.
That's a 2 and 3 chance.
And I got a 6.
Well, okay. There are a few names in the book already. Okay. You have Charles Jackson, Gillian Vant. Maybe I should be noting these in the reference document for you.
Seems like a good idea.
Okay, the evidence locker. Normal disturbing clues? Yes, please. Okay.
I like the idea of there being like a Charles Jackson and then like a Jack Charleston.
Let's see. Okay, there he is. Okay, I know typing is really a terrible thing to. Hello,
Welcome,
Matt.
Matthew.
Oh,
We're stealing a notebook from a cop. It's amazing.
No, you're not stealing a notebook
Kind
from a
of.
cop. You're just stealing the information off of it. So far, you have the names: Doug Fisher, name and notebook, attacked in hotel; Charles
Ooh.
Jackson, name and notebook, victim; Gillian Vant, name and notebook, victim.
Oh,
You know who else I ought to add to this?
no, I'm not going to resist that.
Oh, God.
He was running a role-playing game in the lobby.
No,
Oh,
no, drunk and
boy,
disorderly.
no.
Those are the 4 names he has in the book currently.
Well, I would also probably mention the casual guy, and then
Okay, casual guy, you say. Tan slacks, yellow polo shirt, dressed in light colors. Okay, he puts tick marks next to Doug Fisher in the book.
okay. And then I guess I would mention Michael. But then I would mention that I don't know if he should be there or not. I'm not sure that he was staying in the hotel.
What?
Michael? Okay,
What?
I got that all wrong. Pardon me.
It looks like Roy's involved with this Charles Jackson guy.
No, no, he isn't. No, he isn't. That was that was the GM putting stuff on the wrong line.
Wait. Did you put lover number 2 on Roy?
Briefly. Then I fixed it.
Oh, I can't wait to tell him that.
That's why he was drunk and disorderly.
Because Charles Jackson's a really lousy lover. No.
I was gonna say because he got victimized.
Oh man.
He's just trying to cope.
Now you mentioned Michael.
Yeah, he was coming out to the restaurant area to kind of see about I don't know how the better half lived, I guess. I don't know that he was staying here, so he might,
Where did you see him?
in the restaurant earlier.
No. Yeah, he has to change the position of his notebook in order to write down the new stuff. Anyone else you care to mention?
And then what? There was the guy in the nice suit?
Guy in the nice suit? Well, that doesn't seem terribly unlikely here, gotta say that.
Well, of course.
If I remembered any extra details about him, I would help out.
So, let's see. Jonathan Blake, in order to get you involved, you might have been woken up by the police scanner reporting first a fire and then an indistinct police call to Big Vista Manor.
Shit. Yeah, I probably should check that out. Get up, bleary-eyed, grab an instant coffee, drink some, spit it out because it's freaking instant coffee. Grab my dog, drive into town.
Mm-hmm. So, pickup truck?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we established that I have a pickup truck with a cap, so
That
people
works.
don't see my eclectic items.
Mm-hmm.
He's driving the casual pickup today.
Yeah.
He's only got the one pickup.
I kind of like the idea of him having multiple pickups.
Yeah, it's
Like
rare
formal
that you
pickup.
see a bunch of guests standing around outside Big Vista Manor at this time of night. The fire truck is in the process of rolling out, but the police cars are still there.
I give Kamaria a call.
You hear her phone ring elsewhere in the crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, I chuckle a little bit and start walking to that area in the crowd.
He chuckles first in character, then out of no. He chuckles first out of character, then in character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
He's found you.
Yes.
I didn't realize
If
this
you
was
need
going
to
to be like the clapper, you know?
Yeah. Well, if you need to get that, I can wait.
Yeah.
Because I would like to hear this. You mentioned a man in a nice suit, which we don't have identification on yet.
Hmm.
Can you tell me about the suit?
Oh,
You
Kamaria.
can probably remember. Yeah, you can probably remember a few details of it, and he'll note them down.
Hmm.
Blood splatters on the front. Very unusual.
If I could get you to stick around a little while longer, I need to ask a few questions of the manager. I'll be right back. This frees
Okay.
you up to talk to John.
Yes.
What the hell is going on here? And in a lower voice, I don't suppose the fire told you anything.
Well, it's definitely what brought me here. And I got something earlier in the fire when I accidentally sort of set a waiter on fire, but that's neither here nor there. But I still haven't quite figured that out yet.
Oh,
I mean this
Who-
with all due respect.
also, Ray, you have
Yes?
the information. You have the information that I put in the evidence locker section of the case document, which I believe you have access to.
Yes.
Are you in that at the moment? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you can officially pass along the information there to the rest of the group.
So what are you going to say with all due respect?
This isn't your fault, is it?
No.
Okay.
No, I did not light the place on fire, I promise.
Just the waiter.
Just the waiter.
Okay.
It was an accident, seriously.
I believe you. I believe you.
I mean, I don't just go around lighting people on fire. I mean,
For no good reason.
you know, not
Sorry.
not without reason. So
Do you want me to get my shovel? Do you want to dig that hole a little bit deeper?
no, I'm good. Yeah. So, but there are people missing.
That's not good.
No, it's not. And if Ray sends us that information, I will say, okay, so not only are people missing, but apparently there are victims. And Roy, thanks to his stuff, is apparently a suspect. Possibly.
Oh boy.
I'm going to assume I got a photo of the notebook with my phone. And,
Let's say you did, yeah.
and we'll just group text that to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least everybody whose number I have.
Roy.
Yeah. So Kamaria would get that. I'm not sure John Blake would just yet.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I look at her phone because it pings. Oh, do I need to add someone to the group?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay, I add to the group, and then ping back that fish and wildlife photographer / group occult specialist. Nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
You might wonder why the group would need an occult specialist, but well, given the first two episodes here,
Well, you know, to be fair, he has watched the fire thing happen.
Yeah.
Very odd. So he might have some idea that something weird's happening.
Exactly. So, did the fire say anything to you?
Well, it brought me here, and then I'm going to pull up the picture that I got of the drawing I did of what I saw when when the waiter caught on fire.
Oh.
yeah.
And I'll kind of look at it and like show it to Jonathan and be like, I'm not entirely sure what it means, but it was kind of arcing its way towards the...
Yeah, fire does not normally curve like that.
No, and that's kind of how the waiter caught on fire. Not that, I mean, they don't even know it's my fault, but...
Or that it even is her fault.
Yeah.
Heck, she doesn't even know that it's her fault.
Well...
She just assumes.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah, fire doesn't generally do that.
But I'm not entirely sure what it means. It's not like fire actually spoke words this time, unfortunately.
Okay.
I mean, not to say anything bad about fire, but sometimes I wish it was a little more clear.
Yeah.
A little bit clearer. That would be nice.
Ain't that the truth? So, off the free info I can get from Occult, are there local legends about A, this place, and B, fire elementals?
Well, let's see. I know you have the occult skill. I'm not going to charge you a point for this yet. Now, of this place, you know well, being you're a Bryant Falls resident, you know the history of the place. It was an old sort of abandoned lodge at one point, until the current owner and manager came in, bought it for a song, did some major renovation, more or less cannibalized it for, okay, bad choice of words for this campaign, sort of tore it down, reclaimed the wood, and much of that has been used to sort of rebuild the dining room at Big Vista. The guest rooms generally have much more modern construction.
Mm-hmm.
But there are elements of the old, there are, I think, just elements and suggestions of the old lodge, which didn't have any particular occult significance in the new construction.
Okay.
So this should not exactly be a hot sell in that regard. Now, speaking of hot, fire elementals. Now, the element of fire can be convinced to divulge information. It does tend to be a rather hungry element.
Yep.
Not always verbal, because sometimes the need to communicate is stronger sometimes than others.
You neglected to mention the annual Fire Elemental Festival that they hold at this lodge in June.
No, they don't have annual fires at this hotel. If they did, there wouldn't be a hotel. Think about
No,
it.
it's a festival.
Festival, you could have like a bonfire.
There's a pit out back. Yeah, it's cool.
That's cool.
Festival
first.
fires are still hungry.
Feed me. Yeah.
If this was fate, I would spend a fate point to make that be a thing.
It would be a terrible thing. Yeah. Deputy swings by you one more time, Kamaria, and asks, do you remember anything or anybody else that you saw? Or you, Mr. Starr? Do either of you remember anything else from this evening that you'd like to share at this time?
Well, Ray saw the argument or whatever it was. The very what? How did you put it? The
way I actually have it written in my notes here. Let's see. I thought I had it in here. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. 2 men at one table having the quietest, most civil shouting match you've ever heard whispered across a shared bottle of Pinot Noir.
yes. The most civil argument ever.
So, Mr. Fisher was arguing with someone this evening. Good to know. Thank you. In that case, we'll ask him.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Probably nothing else to see here. He goes back around to the manager, says something, then comes back around to you very briefly and says, in a minute or two, after I check and make sure everything's secured inside, people can return to their rooms. I'll give the all clear when that's ready.
Okay.
One other thing I can bring up on computer number 2. Nope. There we go. And if nothing else happens, then we go to next morning. If nobody else wants to do anything.
Well, it's not like we can get into any of the areas where the people were hurt or whatnot.
Well, the place where the people were hurt has been officially closed off. Actually has crime scene tape across it.
Yep.
Crime scene tape is flammable.
Are you trying to get me to light something on fire?
Nothing of the sort. Not at all.
Now, I thought crime scene tape was plastic.
Yeah.
It is.
They can't get mad at you for disturbing a crime scene if there's no tape there.
Yeah, and you're let back into the hotel for the evening. So Mr. Starr will have a place to sleep. Ms. Tier, Mr. Blake, Ms. Chapman, Ms. Hernandez, you'll have to move on for the night.
Mm-hmm.
And so we swing around to Sunday morning, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
David, I do have a question
Okay.
that I just thought of. Do I know any of the people impacted? Because I'll offer them crash space for the night and try and apply them for information.
Any of the people impacted?
Yep, anybody who was in the fire who got out and need a place to stay.
Well,
Well-
there wasn't much of a fire. Just one waiter got burned by dessert.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The fire alarm was pulled by Lucy because Ray was kind of making quite a ruckus, and it wasn't helping, and so she thought that this would be the fastest way to save everybody.
Ah, good call. Works.
You know, Lucy, she's kind of ruthless when it comes to getting shit done.
The hammer approach. Does it work? Wham! It
Wow.
works
Yeah,
now.
I believe also Lucy is carpooling with Enadina to church.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Anita.
Okay.
Oh.
She
wasn't
will,
she
yeah,
the sister
yeah.
of...
Mm.
Enadina Lopez, sister of John Lopez.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and on the ride there, that's when Enadina tells you, she looks a bit troubled when she gets into the car, and she says, John called last night. He says he's in some sort of trouble, but he doesn't want me to see him.
He doesn't want you to see him. What kind of trouble is it that he
No.
doesn't want his family close?
I couldn't get that out of him.
That's not good.
No.
That's not good at all.
I feel like I should maybe go out and look. I feel like I should go out and look for him, but if he really doesn't want me seeing him because of that trouble, then maybe I'd make it worse by seeing him. I don't know.
If it's the kind of trouble he feels like he needs to keep you away to protect you, it's something he can't handle on his own.
Yeah.
And it's something he feels like he can't reach out about. You know, like, I don't know. You got to be safe, though. Maybe we could go check it out together.
Maybe. Okay. Okay, after church.
After church.
All right, we'll skip lunch and just go right there.
Yeah.
I hope this isn't a bad idea.
It's definitely a bad idea, but you gotta look after family. What else are you gonna do?
I know, yes. What are other people doing on Sunday morning? Just to establish a rhythm.
What indeed?
Can you remind me why we care about John Lopez? I mean, I know why Lucy cares about John Lopez,
You
but
tell her.
Well, Lucy is concerned about John Lopez because he is Enadina's brother.
no, I mean, well, who is he in the story?
John Lopez is the waiter
Oh yeah,
at Big
okay.
Vista Manor that got burned by a flambe dessert went horribly wrong,
Yes.
possibly horribly influenced, and then was missing when the fire alarm was pulled.
Okay.
So he's on the lam.
So we have reason to think that he's involved in all this weird shit because
Well, he doesn't seem. He may or may not be, but he's definitely trying to keep Enadina out of something.
and I'm just gonna keep. Okay. So I need to find out if there's a way for me to check up on him without her checking up on him. Huh.
Good question.
We should invite him out to coffee.
Mm-mm. Well, maybe, but I don't. I think he's in like panic mode. He's not going to accept invitations to coffee.
Offer to her that you could check up on him as an intermediary.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, let's see. From John Blake, invite to coffee goes out to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what time is this coffee then? Because if it's between 9 and 11, Lucy is going to be unavailable.
Mm-hmm.
I would say 10, so probably the group aside from Lucy.
Love the Bean would be open at that time.
Okay. And yeah, I go to Love the Bean and see if anybody else wants to come and brainstorm.
Anybody who texts Lucy during that, like, you're going to get back a message that says church with a frowny face, like a mad face.
Well, are you texting in church or is that like an auto reply?
Lucy would never text in church. What are you talking about?
Auto reply. Got it. At least that's the official story.
That's the official story.
And she's sticking by it.
Mm-hmm.
No texting during mass.
Mm-hmm.
So, Matthew,
Mass
I think
goes
I missed the last
uneventfully.
part of what you said. I think we're going to compare notes or something.
I mean, anybody else who wants to join me.
Oh,
Thus far, I don't know if anybody said it. Yes or other than Lucy, who said no.
Casey would go.
Okay. Coolness. I haven't had a sit down with Casey in a while, so that'll be cool.
Yeah, Ray would have gotten an invite to this as well. That's still going to take some getting used to.
Yep.
Yes.
Wait, Blake is our fighter, right?
John Blake is your designated combatant and investigator.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, when I was introducing myself to the new guy, I didn't want to say I carry the big fucking guns.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I want to mention that.
There are certain introductions for which that would be more appropriate than others.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, I think that's one of the things Lucy really likes about working with him. She kind of likes it. Like, if anything happens, he can deal with shit.
Mm-hmm. Yay.
Yay, dealing with shit.
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone else going to coffee?
I will.
Okay, so Kamaria and Casey and John and Ray.
Yes.
Okay, so the four of you at least can meet for coffee. Love the Bean, although Flo's Diner is also open.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything in the Sunday paper about what happened?
Let's see. Sunday paper will only mention an incident at Big Vista Manor involving the fire alarm. There is also an investigation underway on a double homicide.
It'll only mention that there's a double homicide.
Names are being withheld until certain contacts are made.
Ooh.
Unfortunately,
That's troubling.
mm-hmm.
That's something we don't know about yet.
Well, the notes were for some of the people. One was attacked in hotel. One was victim. Another one was victim. So victim was
Given that
kind
it
of
was
unspecific.
Given that it was
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Given that it was a double homicide and not a triple homicide, we kind of have to assume that Doug Fisher survived, unless something else happened to him.
They had, let's see, victim, and attacked. So,
Bah.
I look up their Facebook accounts and see if they have anything in common.
Let's see.
So, I mean, Charles and Jillian were the couple. It looks like so.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not
Well, let's
they were
see. You can find. Okay, you can find. Actually, come to think of it, let's see.
Are they on each other's friends list? The person who was attacked and the victims?
Well, okay. Charles Jackson and Jillian Vant are listed on each other's Facebook pages as friends. They are married, just not to each other.
oh, really now?
This information is being shared in real time.
Right. Now, as for Doug Fisher, he, near as you can tell, given what description you've gotten from Kamaria and the others, is from out of town. He describes his occupation simply as collector.
Huh.
That's ominous.
Yeah, nothing creepy about that.
Does he have a bunch of photos of things he collects? Is it like model trains or like classic records or like fingers?
Not fingers. No, not fingers. He has a collection of, one of the, actually, it has to be said, one of the most notable collections on his Facebook page
Mm-hmm.
is his collection of knives.
Nice.
Not necessarily a problem.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, Lucy collects knives, but
Okay, this is important to John. Modern military kind of thing, or
yeah, are we talking like
ancient.
fantasy knives you get at Gen Con, or are we talking like black carbon knives or what?
Bowie knife.
Okay, John specifically gets a kind of a worrisome vibe off of this guy because there does seem to be a certain. Okay, he deals in a lot of knives, but he deals in a lot of other assorted items. Boxes and tokens and things like that. You're getting the feeling, you can't be perfectly sure of it, but you get the feeling he might be, shall we say, clued in.
I will, again, share that with my fellow coffee drinkers.
I still want to know what kind of knives.
Yeah, so it's safe to say, like, ritual knives and such?
There have been a few of those mentioned, yes.
Okay.
Mm.
I will leave him a note saying that I would like to know more, and I may be interested in picking up some knives with historical value.
So this was the guy who was arguing with somebody else. The guy in the
Okay,
fancy suit.
the guy in the fancy suit was arguing with the casual guy. The
Yes.
casual guy was sort of holding fast on a position.
The casual guy being Doug Fisher.
Yes. Fancy dressed guy being,
Interesting.
well, you're not quite sure who yet, I don't think.
Nope.
I
What of those documents that says who everyone is for this campaign?
Yeah, let me get that link to you. I thought you were included on it already, but let's make absolutely sure of this.
I can't get the Hangout chat, so in the group Hangout would be just fine.
I was denied.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Denied what?
I posted it in the Hangout chat, and I was like, "Yay, I helped!" And then, and that was not what needed to happen.
Oh,
Let's see here. I can find it. Oh man, Google keeps messing with stuff. Oh, you did post that, David. It's from Date unknown.
Date unknown.
I mean, it doesn't have a date. Like some of them will say like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and this one is in my left column, the second item. So here, I think I know what I can do. What I can do is I can do that.
What did that do?
That
Okay,
should show up
shoes.
as a notification.
Okay, shoes in now.
Yay.
Let me add some more notes to Doug Fisher now, since we have more information on him.
Whose notebook?
It was the deputy's notebook that he was working in the night of the incident.
Oh, the night of the murder?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Murders.
The murder of Jackson and Bond.
Right.
Okay.
So, based on what we have, it could have been the guy in the fancy suit who was having the argument. Don't know why the other two people would have been attacked.
Mm.
Who is everyone that saw the person in the fantasy suit?
The person in the fancy suit?
Yeah. Who?
I think Casey was there before I left. I think it was the majority of us.
I'm going to ask you guys to scour their friends lists and see if we can get a name on this guy. See if he's to their social media.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm friends with this guy. Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not your
I know the person of interest.
not your personal friends list. Friends list of the guy
Friends lists of the people
who were attacked.
I remember now.
And the person whom he was arguing with.
Actually,
Well, Doug Fisher.
if Fisher, I didn't get a last name of Michael, did I?
Just putting that in
Oh.
now because I think you did get that information. Michael Lawrence.
Oh, did I? Okay.
I remember hearing.
I think someone knew him.
Because we would definitely I would say we should probably look for his.
You'd be sort of poking through his social media as well, probably.
Oh yeah. Good time.
Okay, in that case, let me go ahead and add a new name to the list. Richard Ellingham. Now I need to check which farm is it again?
D&D in lobby?
Yeah,
Drunken
drunken
disorderly.
Oh. Of course I think Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm like, right place D&D?
Yep.
And got in trouble for it?
Right.
It was
Well,
really
considering
lively
he was
session.
doing it, and considering he was doing that drunken disorderly in the lobby of Big Vista Manor, the priciest hotel for about 150 miles.
Yeah.
Is there actually a Big Vista?
Bryant Falls looks like a little diorama from the foothills there. And the hills rise up around on all sides. It's a wonderful thing.
It says here Jackson and Vant aren't married, but they are, just not to each other.
Not to each other, yeah.
Right.
Indeed.
We'll make that official. Yeah, Richard Ellingham, owner of Greenwood Acres Farms, one of the bigger agricultural concerns in the area, is pictured. He was the guy in the nice suit arguing with Doug Fisher.
Ooh.
Ah.
His current whereabouts and status are unknown.
Mhm.
When was his last update, and what was it? Anything that might hint at the subject of the argument?
In his social media,
Yeah.
anything that would hint at the argument.
Mm.
Let's see.
Like
I
any.
think I'm going to charge you a point. I'm going to charge someone a point of research for this because it involves going through his thread. Who wants to pay me that point?
I'll take it.
Okay. You know the guy you're looking into. Richard Ellingham. Yeah, he is the guy that was arguing with Doug Fisher. And he has a single mention in his feed that he intends to bring some history back to Bryant Falls himself.
Hmm.
This kind of followed on the heels of when Roy got his name in the local paper because he brought in the bones of Julius Handy.
Oh, that's what it was in reference to?
Kind of, yeah.
I'm guessing it's otherwise vague and not suggesting that maybe he found some bones in a field somewhere.
Nah, he was vague booking. Just said he was going to bring some history back to Bryant Falls.
Is Greenwood Acres Farms local or is that somewhere else?
It does have a big local. You drive a few minutes out of town, you start seeing some fields, sort of away from the hills surrounding Bryant Falls. And that is a big farming concern, big agricultural crops, some livestock, a little of everything.
Okay, so he's not like bringing something from out of state. Okay, it would seem. Or
It would
that
seem.
wouldn't be his claim.
Tell you what, as this research in using Love the Beans Wi-Fi continues, let's cut back over to Shu. Yeah, Lucy and Ednina are out of the service. Oh, Enadina, not Ednina.
I'm just going to call her Anita because I can't remember that other name very well. I keep mispronouncing it.
I know the feeling.
Sorry. So we're done.
Oh, okay, so yeah, Lucy and Enema.
Oh,
my
no.
God.
Yeah, no.
David.
Sorry.
So I'm gonna send a thing to Blake to be like, "Are you free? Want to go looking for trouble?" And I'm gonna sit my friend down and be like, "Look, I have an idea. You're not gonna like it, but I think if he wants to keep you away from this, maybe I've considered you saying that. And then give a long pause and say, but that doesn't mean I have to.
Let's see, what would be the appropriate skill for this?
It could be reassurance or negotiation.
Oh, reassurance, maybe?
Well, you've already used 1 point of your 1 in reassurance.
I only have 1 in reassurance?
You only have 1 in reassurance currently.
Yeah.
You typically don't need that whole lot. Now, you got something out of Michael last night by reassuring him, I believe.
Who is Michael?
Uh,
Oh, Michael Lawrence. The
Michael
farmhand.
Lawrence, the farmhand, you know?
Oh, yeah.
The guy in the ill-fitting suit.
The guy that the guy that was forced to do a crime but didn't want to, and that's why I pulled the fire alarm, isn't it?
Something like, yeah.
So that he can do his crime? Yeah. Okay.
In
You hope.
retrospect, that may not have been a good idea.
Play the fire alarm. What is that noise?
Commit his murders.
Oh, right. That's what he was there to do? Commit those murders.
Maybe.
You don't know that.
I don't know that. So I didn't
would be-
actually prevent the murders, did I? Oops.
I
Not
don't know
quite.
that. There may have been more.
Well, you
murders
don't know.
planned.
You don't know how out of hand the situation got.
No.
Are you telling us the situation got out of hand? I mean, more so than obvious homicide. Did Doug Fisher summon a demon? Was he performing like some kind of sacrifice on Charles and Jillian? And like,
I will neither confirm nor deny that.
oh,
So what? I should just sit by and let someone else take all the risk? I mean, John's in danger, isn't he? That's what you're making it sound like. But I suppose if he doesn't want me in this, I should respect his wishes.
But we gotta look after him. So why don't you let me check on him? I mean, just sit in the car, right? And then if everything's fine, I'll wait out the window and you can come in and talk to him. And if it's not, well, I mean, I know a guy who's not bad in a scrap, if you would feel better if I called him. But we
Well,
gotta take care of John, his family.
I know, yes. That's why I feel sort of bad letting someone else take all the responsibility for this.
Girl,
But
don't worry about it. How long have we been friends?
years.
Yeah.
so long I don't even know.
I mean, one's practically family to me, so it's not a big deal. If he was worried about you, he may, not want to open up.
May not want to. Okay. So I'll wait in the car, and you're going to go in by yourself, or how are you doing this?
Well, have I heard back from Blake yet?
Have they, Matt?
Yes.
Okay.
Excellent.
So,
what does Blake say? Is Blake free?
I can be free shortly, and I can excuse myself from Love the Bean.
All right. She gives him the address, and she says, "Hold back till I get there."
Let me know.
Okay. You can arrive there at about the same time, let's say.
Cool.
I do ask if anybody else wants to come.
And
And-
miss this?
Right? Well,
That
Lucy's
would
gonna
be,
be like, just hang in the car just in case there's some kind of trouble, and then like, it's just, you know.
just realized I probably ought to do it that way. Let's add a name or two more to the list.
Oh boy.
Oh, geez.
I mean, we might as well start, recording our information on him anyway.
What was it about this guy
Yeah.
that does think he was involved in all the weird shit, though? Was it the way he reacted? I just thought
It was the way the fire reacted, really.
Yeah, fire.
the way the fire reacted to him.
Possibly. I mean, it did leap towards him.
It sort of reacted to his clothing.
Yeah.
It leaped toward him like he had a large static electrical charge or something.
Yeah, it curved to him in a way that fire should not curve.
Oh, okay. So we know he's significant somehow. And I think the fact that he said to his sister, "I'm in trouble," and not, "You won't believe the weird thing that happened today," means that there's something else going on with him, I think. At least that's what leads me to think.
And it doesn't seem to be something as simple as, holy crap, I was, like cleaning this room or changing these towels or whatever, and I saw these two people get murdered. Because usually you'd be like, oh, go to police for something like that.
Exactly.
So either it's something goofy's going on.
Something goofy is going on.
Something goofy where he
indeed.
is concerned for his safety or somehow
Mhm.
became at least partially responsible.
Yeah. And then I saw these two people get murdered. Oh my gosh. You guys, I'm holding up my bun with a snap bracelet. It's pretty cool.
If it works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Okay, there we go. So, at least the two of you arrive. I don't know about Ray, Kamaria, or Casey.
We probably don't want to spook him and just have like 5 people show up.
yeah, that would not be good.
Yeah,
So maybe if we just wait in the car.
Waiting in a car across the street.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, yeah.
Just live out in the
Yeah.
country or like in the suburbs or what?
Well, okay. Bryant Falls is not a huge town.
The suburbs of
There are
Bryant Falls.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Greenwood Acres is kind of the suburbs of Bryant Falls.
Oh.
It's
yeah.
it's like either in town, edge of town, or out of town, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flo's Diner would be edge of town. Pioneer Square, Love the Bean, and Page Turner's is center of town. And so let's see. We have John Blake and Lucy Hernandez going into the house. We have Enadina Lopez
She told John
in
to
one car.
in the car.
Mhm. And we have 3 people waiting in the other car.
Oh Jesus! I hope this doesn't turn out to be nothing, because then I would feel really dumb.
Well, he was in the same building as a double homicide. That is like basically fact, and he's in some kind of trouble. So
You don't. Okay. Don't worry about disappointment.
Oh dear!
are you gonna walk in and he's just gonna be like spewing ectoplasm onto the ceiling or something?
I hope
He didn't want his
so.
sister to see it.
I hope so.
I do.
He's doing it in an
That.
environmentally conscious way.
I mean, not for him, obviously. But for my personal excitement, yeah.
You should
Okay.
check the door to see if they have any of those symbols that we've
Yeah.
seen.
Oh, that's a good idea. I will check the door.
Good idea. There are no such symbols on the outside.
Okay. Is it unlocked?
It is locked. So this will be a filter roll on someone's part.
Or I could just knock.
Or infiltration.
Or Jonathan
okay.
could use his universal lockpick.
Okay, use the universal lockpick. I guess
a
I won't
shotgun.
just knock. Oh dear. No, we don't. Like, this is a friendly checkup. It has to pass as a friendly checkup. You know what I'm gonna do?
It hasn't reached the intervention stage yet.
I'm gonna go around to the other door and see if that's locked. Because if this guy's like me, if he's home, he just leaves his back door unlocked.
Yeah.
Now the internet knows that.
Maybe not the best share. Yeah.
What?
So let's see. John Blake at the front door.
I meant my
Lucy
character.
Hernandez at the back door.
My character. Okay, whatever. So I'm gonna try the back door.
Okay, you go to the back door. Okay, the door is locked, but it hasn't been pulled fully closed.
Weird. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wait,
just
what? That's
that is weird.
That's really
Well,
weird.
locked the door, but didn't pull it fully closed.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
So
he
I'll
was
slip
terribly
in.
distracted. Maybe he was terribly distracted at the time.
Or in a
And you
big
get in
hurry.
and you see some red flecked tracks.
Fuck. All right.
You can see right through to John Blake at the front door.
Uh-huh.
Just one corridor, just one hallway away. Rooms on either side.
I told him to stay in the car. He didn't listen. Ah. Okay.
John Blake. I thought you were having them both. I thought you were having you knock on the front door while you were attempting the back or something.
No, my understanding was stay in the car until
Oh, I'm sorry.
shit goes down.
Okay, so Lucy at the back door found a way in.
Yeah.
4 people in one car across the street, and Adina in the one car in front of John Lopez's little house.
Right. Okay. So where do the tracks lead?
The tracks lead into the well, they sort of lead through the living room, where there are some cuts on the arm of there is a big overstuffed recliner sort of facing the TV.
Okay.
There are cuts in the right arm.
He's a werewolf.
Yeah, the top, just the right arm. And those run about 6. And those run about 6 inches each.
Fuck.
He's a half werewolf. Or that.
So, are we talking like knife cuts? Like, is the fabric?
Actually, yes. These look like knife cuts.
Oh, they don't look like paw cuts?
They don't look like paw cuts. No, claw cuts. No.
Okay, so the fabric.
Okay. Tracks lead off toward what looks like it could be a bedroom. Kitchen is behind you.
All right, I'm gonna go to the front window and wave to Blake and be just like, "Oh, you need to get in here," and then like point a finger towards the back door. No, yeah, point a finger towards the back door.
Okay. Go around.
I don't want my fingerprints on the front door. Oh God.
Put on my gloves.
Of course he'd think to put on gloves. Okay, I'm gonna go into the bedroom. kind of like, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Yeah, okay. John Blake comes in the back door, sees red flecked tracks leading in and to the left toward the living room and bedroom and such.
As he's coming in, I'm going into the bedroom.
Okay, you're going into the bedroom. You can see a couple of a discarded red waiter's coat that is a little more red around the sleeves.
Oh my god. Uh-huh.
Looks like there's some on the pants as well. Looks like he changed his clothes.
God damn it. Did he kill these people?
Probably not.
And you search a little more. There is another shirt there that has a cut around the left shoulder.
Does it have red around it, like blood soaked into it?
Yes, it does.
So this indicates that an attack, not okay. Huh.
Hopefully he wasn't attacked by Doug Fisher as he was turning into a werewolf.
It was a cut around the left shoulder with blood
Is there
around
blood
it.
on the chair? Like, did someone bleed on the chair where the cuts are on the chair?
Well, now that you know where to look on it, a little bit, yes.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Several 6-inch cuts on the chair. So whoever
Several
was attacking,
6-inch long cuts.
well, are they wild? Is it like someone was just flailing wildly?
No, it looks like several just parallel cuts.
So they're measured and like intentional, not an attack.
But they still have blood near them. So
Not okay. I think only the one cut in the middle will have that kind of blood on it. The rest are going to be progressively cleaner.
Oh,
what?
like he was trying to get blood
Okay.
off of a knife. And
No, it was like he was.
you could,
Best way to describe what happened is if you took a bloody knife, dragged it along the arm, then made another mark with, then made another cut with it, you'd get less blood on that. Third cut, you'd have less blood on that. Fourth cut, there are 7 or 8 cuts like that on the arm of the chair.
So weird. I don't get that.
yeah, like why would you do that?
So no
Is the
sign
body
Then
ring
you
cut
look-
of blood?
Then you look at the T-shirt with the cut around the shoulder. The waiter's coat doesn't have any such cut on it.
Weird.
John, where are you going in the where are you going in the house? Shu headed off toward the bedroom. The kitchen is to your right.
Well, since I'm her backup, I'm going where she goes.
Okay, so you go into the bedroom as well, and you see bloody clothes, cut clothes.
Yeah, I'm
Now,
gonna point out the
John
various.
Lopez. Yeah, John Lopez was not wearing that T-shirt last night, unless it was under his dress shirt. And because there isn't a cut on the dress shirt there, you'd have to assume that maybe he put the T-shirt on later and then got cut somehow.
Oh my god.
I wonder if the shirt is actually his or if it's someone else's.
Is it his size, David?
It is his size.
All right. I'm gonna just poke around his room for like anything else, I guess.
Well, if you were to look at this, looks like maybe he got cut while changing his clothes, getting out of the bloody stuff.
What?
Wait, what? But he'd already put on the new T-shirt when he got cut.
But he got cut.
So it happened after he got home from work.
After he got home, yeah.
And in this bedroom? Wait, you said that the
Mhm.
bloody tracks were leading in here, not out of here.
Yes, they were leading in.
So he got cut. He came home. Wait, he changed his clothes.
Yes, he changed his. Yes, he came in the back door, tracked. You'd have to guess it's blood at this point. Went through the living room to the bedroom, changed out of the waiter's uniform, put
Out
on
of the
a
bloody
t-shirt,
clothes.
presumably out of the bloody clothes,
Put
into
on
a
a
t-shirt, cut
Then got
himself.
cut.
Yeah, then got cut.
He,
Then took
you
it off and
cut
threw it on the
yourself
floor
in the
too.
shoulder. If you cut yourself, you wouldn't do it in the shoulder. You do it on your like forearm or your leg. So
Well, it depends. I guess what the purpose is.
unless you were trying to fake like you'd been attacked, of course. But even then, it
Oh.
would make more sense to do the upper arm, not the shoulder, because how could you get the angle right? You know.
Probably you couldn't.
Yeah.
Well, it would be really tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Besides,
Curiouser
the
and
normal
curiouser.
person would worry about doing their shoulder because they'd worry about getting like their neck or important stuff. They'd do their arm if they were like trying to fake an attack,
Yeah.
or they just stab themselves. Like a normal person, if they were trying to fake an attack, they wouldn't slice themselves. They just.
A normal person trying to fake an attack. What?
I've thought about this way too much, maybe, but.
Perhaps.
So, but the slice on the shoulder, if I inspect it, is it like deliberate or is it like slashing?
Well, it just. I'm not sure you would have the skill to know the difference.
Huh.
It's an investigative procedure thing. Good thing you have someone there who has investigative procedure.
Well, here's the thing. Was it a sharp knife?
Oh yes, definitely sharp.
Okay, because they do sew, and I can tell the difference between what was cut with shears versus what was just like chopped up by something dull.
This was definitely cut by a sharp knife.
I'll point that out to Blake. I'll be like, look, something sharp did this, like a razor or a really, really sharp knife.
And judging by the angle, Blake, it does look self-inflicted.
Oh,
Okay.
Because it went this way rather than this way.
I share that information. Should we check out the other rooms?
yeah. And I'm already moving to go check out the other rooms.
Oh, you're not including Anadina in this, are you?
No! Oh my god, no!
I can't wait to hear what you tell her later.
I have no idea what I'm going to tell her. Oh shit.
Yeah. I PM these to everybody, including Anadina, and just let her know.
Oh my god.
I'm not sure you know Anadina, so I'm going to have to call you on that.
Gee, Anadina, something may have gone wrong. P.S. The wounds are self-inflicted. We'll let you know more. Don't panic.
But only one wound is self-inflicted.
Oh, this is true, yeah. As I can tell, this wound is self-inflicted.
Oh my god.
Okay, it's when you get to the kitchen. Some faint smears of blood on the phone where he did some calling using the landline.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
Looks like he called a few numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And given that he called Enadina either late last night or early this morning, she might have been one of them.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell because all of the numbers have smudges on them.
Oh,
the more telling point is the whiteboard next to the phone. Kind of an oversized affair.
Uh-huh.
The best kind.
Yeah, looks like there's some.
Like
Looks like
put
there's.
like, people write on with the powdery markers.
Yes. Well, maybe not powdery ones. The sort of
Yeah.
wettish ones that smell bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of whiteboard, and there is written on it in fairly frantic script, "I can't let go. I can't let go. I can't let go." Increasingly more frantic on the whiteboard. "I can't let go. I can't let go." There's also one in the wall underneath the whiteboard, but that wasn't done with a marker. That was carved.
Oh, he's got like a cursed blade or something.
Oh, geez.
What?
Cursed murder blade.
Okay, but what I don't get is why, if you are frantic to write the same thing over to like keep yourself focused or whatever, unless it was a message to someone else, why would you put the marker down, pick up a knife, and then carve it? Like, if you're frantic enough that you have to write down this message, that seems like it would break the flow.
You would think that, wouldn't you?
I do think that.
You would think.
That's weird.
He's got like a serial killer's knife or something.
Or
No, that's pretty much
he's
it.
a werewolf, confirmed.
I can't let go of my werewolf paw.
No, like
See,
like
it's
he
attached to
can't
my
let go
hand
of
and all.
control. You know, he can't lose control. I don't know.
Oh, that's
I can't control it. This is weird shit, you guys. I'm just gonna look at Blake and be like,
I try to keep it interesting.
"This is weird and messed up."
Yeah.
What do I tell her?
I have no idea.
I mean,
Meanwhile.
what's RP happening there?
Oh, so okay. Okay, let's let that keep going for a little bit.
I have no idea. But if we keep going, I have the sinking feeling we're going to find a body.
I know, but I don't want her to find it.
Well, let's keep looking.
Yeah. Okay. You got that big gun of yours on you, don't you?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
blunderbuss.
Well, I'm glad you got my back. And I will keep going. But meanwhile,
The three of you and Enadina out in the cars outside John Lopez's house.
Yes.
You see someone drive by slowly.
oh Jesus.
Do you recognize them?
Is it a big farm truck?
No, it isn't.
Okay.
Well, it looks like a decent little town. Looks like a decent little town car. Modern type sedan. Now, I'm not perfectly sure that Kamaria or Casey would recognize him, but Raystar probably would.
Interesting.
You recognize him from a couple of book jackets. That is Milton Castillo.
Well,
Who
okay.
the hell is that?
That's Milton Castillo.
Oh yeah, I read Milton Castillo. What?
Who doesn't?
Oh, his amazing books on events and facts.
On
Well,
things.
let me go ahead and put
Stuff
him
and
on.
things.
Let me go ahead and put him on the list.
So many books.
You just make a list.
His
So
books,
much stuff.
the things, and the stuff,
So many things.
and the stuff and things.
And his treatise on
History and
Knowledge.
anthropology.
Oh.
got a working hypothesis.
So he's driving by very slowly.
Driving by really slowly.
And he's not just like trying to stay under 15 miles an hour so he can get some kilometers on his Pokemon eggs.
Mm. I mean, he might just be playing Go, you know.
Yeah.
I would say from my spot in the car, well, that's not suspicious.
Oh, so he is.
There he is. Yeah, fairly famous author
Local,
of books on
okay.
history and anthropology. Lives locally. Also runs a reading group at the public library for the local teenagers.
Interesting.
Interesting. Anybody in the group have a teenager?
No.
I mean, I am co-raising a teenager, but
That might be good enough,
yeah, that's probably good enough.
but also you're not. Like,
I'm not there, so
Yes.
I don't know about it yet.
Maybe afterwards.
I've been far more focused on my career than making babies, so
Oh,
Well, you can find them nowadays. You can just
no, I mean that's not to Lucy. That's just to his question
Oh, okay.
about the teenagers.
You could find a teenager raising Arizona style.
just adopt someone. Yeah, it's cool.
I feel like I'm not the best setup to be a mom, especially now that Fire's talking to me. That kind of changes things.
Yeah, don't set your baby on fire.
Not baby on board. Board on fire.
Yes.
No,
So how slow is this guy going?
he's doing the speed limit through here. He's sort of looking at the nearby houses and drives on past. And then he's gone.
Should we follow him?
you can't see what?
I don't know. I mean, we could if you think that it's a good idea.
Mm.
I don't
I
know
think
if
we
any of us
should.
have like driving.
Yeah, I think we should stay here in case Lucy and Jonathan need help.
That might not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Then again, I'm also going to go ahead and set this up because, pardon. Just putting it. Okay, so you three are going to wait for those two to come out.
Mm-hmm. Or more news from them.
Is this heading 1?
Yeah, that is a heading 2. From John Lopez's house is a heading 2, or at least it should be.
It is. I just didn't know what.
Okay.
My working hypothesis, which might turn out to be completely wrong or only partially correct, is perhaps that Richard Ellingham guy was saying something about bringing history back. He and that Milton Castillo guy maybe found some ancient murder dagger, and Ellingham was arguing with Doug Fisher about stuff, and somehow that got involved, and that is when John Lopez somehow, unfortunately, got a hold of cursed knife, stabbed up people. Even if that's all correct, there's there would be a lot more to it, but that's kind of how I see some of the puzzle pieces fit together. Did he write it in all caps like it was a song title?
What, I can't
Or,
let go?
like, yeah. Or not all caps.
It come to think of it, it was all caps. So let's get that correct.
James mean capitalized first letter of every word, but you said it was in all caps.
Yeah, that was... My brain wanted to have a 1 or 2 word phrase to describe that, and all caps is what it came up with, versus the first letter of every word is capitalized.
Which would be title case.
I like that. I think I'll use it.
That's what Word uses.
Did he actually put the apostrophe in?
If so, I really like this guy.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
Like,
he's
I don't
It
think
is-
it's bother, though.
It is appropriate.
I don't think he would be mindful enough to bother with the apostrophe if he's like frantically scribbling it.
Well, it's little more than 1 slash with a marker and or knife.
It's not about how long it takes to do it. It's about what punctuation goes out the window. Whoa,
Uh-oh.
what is
fire
that?
alarms.
That is a fire alarm.
That is terrible.
That's not here. Who's on fire?
Who's on fire?
It appears to be Koi.
I'm guessing
It appears to be Koi's.
because they're at a hotel right now.
Oh dear.
Bye.
I'll let you go.
Be
In
safe.
fact, it's about 1 o'clock. It's about time to end this anyway.
Oh my God.
We have enough.
In the other rooms. Okay. Can you at least tell me what's in if I find the body?
You don't find a body. Sorry.
Oh.
Or congratulations, depending.
Or part of a body,
Okay.
like a hand.
I don't know.
No.
All right. So
No, I'm not going to go that gruesome yet. Although, come to think of it, you know what?
What?
uh-oh.
You have come upon a scene of great concern, shall
What
we
is it?
say.
What is it? What is it?
A stability test.
Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah, it seems appropriate for the time being, and
So I have how many dice to roll?
well, it's going to be 1 die. You need a 4 or better.
Oh.
You choose how many stability points you want to spend to make that. Otherwise, you're going to lose a certain number. And I'm waiting for the page to load with that number.
I was gonna say, and the number is...
Drum
All right,
roll, please.
2 points to add to my roll, basically.
You tell me how many stability points you want to spend to add to your die roll to get a 4 or better. And if you miss that, you're going to lose more stability.
2, I guess.
Generally speaking, like if it's really bad, you want to spend, like the 3 points that you're guaranteed for. Otherwise, the points you spend sort of are like if you'd lost anyway. So you might as it sort of is really swingy. If it's low enough, you don't want to spend any because it's like losing anyway if you do spend to win. But if it's really bad, you don't want to lose that too many. So
Okay. I'll spend 2 then.
Okay, I'm going to call this a 3-point loss if you miss. That is, actually, no. I'm going to call this a 2-point loss if you miss.
Well, then I shouldn't
Oh.
spend 2 because.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't make sense.
Okay.
All
So
right, but
give
just
me
tell me, what do I see then? Like, why? What are we doing this test for?
Well, let's see. A 2-point stability loss would be like human opponent attacks you with evident intent to do serious harm.
I'm saying,
Experience.
like, we're getting sidetracked with mechanics. I want to know, like, what I experience in the other room that makes me do this test.
Well, I think it's the whole thing here. You saw the bloody footprints, the cuts, the carvings, the slices and
message.
dices. You're seeing a lot of evidence here that something really off-putting has happened to John Lopez.
Okay. Well,
The fact that he's still alive may or may not be any consolation at this point.
I rolled a
So
4.
I'm calling that a... Okay, so you don't lose anything. John Blake, you're seeing this as well. I need you to make a die roll and or spend
Okay.
stability. 2-point test.
I'm just going to make the die roll here. Okay, good.
And that's why I let other people go into the building to see the horrific scene, I suppose.
On the assumption that if you don't see it, it can't drive you mad.
If I don't see that, I don't have to make a stability test, or at least I get a
Rolled a
watered
5.
down version of it.
Okay, so no stability loss there. You're hanging on to your lunches easily enough. The scene has its disturbing elements, but you're hanging on. And like I said, that is where I'm going to call it for this week.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and stop